Ciao Bella, welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We are here to review the Tunisian hook set from TL Yarn Crafts. This is the second of the two sets that I purchased with my birthday money. So if you are not familiar with Tunisian crochet, if you are not familiar with TL Yarn Crafts, I would go and check her out. She has so many beginner tutorials on how to do Tunisian crochet. That is where she kind of started in the YouTube world. That's kind of her niche area. She does do other things as well, obviously, but that was where, at least for me, that's where I found her first, was with Tunisian. And then I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. She does all this other stuff. I do watch her online. I have her Tunisian crochet handbook. I am a big fan. So I am excited to look at this case in depth. I did open it and kind of look at it when I first opened it from the Hobie order. So TL Yarn Crafts did partner with Hobie for, there's two different yarn lines, the Tunisian set, and then there's a regular crochet hook set, which I've opened all of those and shown all of that to you. I have not yet worked with the yarn as of the recording of this video, so we'll see. I don't want to do the hook and the yarn at the same time in one review because I want to give them each their own spotlight. So I have already, though, reviewed the regular crochet hook set. So this is the Tunisian crochet hook set. This is the case that it comes in. So when you open it, right, you have your hooks here, and then on this side there is a little pouch. Oh, that's a connector that came out. So here you have all of the pieces, the cables for the hooks. You have the stoppers. That's to tighten it down. You just make sure. I'm trying to get everything out here so you can see what all the hook set includes. Good amount of stoppers there. Okay, oh no, come back. Okay, and let me just make sure there's not anything else in there that I'm missing. Oh, alright. So that is for your cables, and you could put other things in here as well, like little notions and things like that. If you wanted to, it has a decent size. So with the hooks, the Tunisian hooks, you do get from a 3.5 all the way to a 10. So it's 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So a nice variety of hook sizes. I probably would stick somewhere 5mm over. I mean, 4 and 4.5, yes. Unless I'm doing amigurumi, I typically don't use the smaller hook sizes. I've never done an amigurumi in Tunisian. I don't know how that would work. I mean, maybe the same way it works with knitting. I don't know, but I don't know how to knit. So that might be something to investigate at some point. We'll see. And then you have 3 cables. So you have... It does not say the length on here. Well, but you have 3 different lengths. Okay. Let me see if I can find the links on my phone. Sorry, I was not better prepared. Let's look up. Let's just... What? Ah, here we go. Okay. So, let's see. You have... Okay. So you have 4 swivel cables. So you have 50 centimeters, which is the smaller one, 70 centimeters, so 20 inches, 28 inches, and then 2 90 centimeter or 35-inch cables. You should have 8 stoppers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 cable keys, and a set of cable extenders, which is what these are. So it says the cable length is the total length of both the cable and the hook. So one thing that I didn't do in my previous crochet hook review of the regular TL Yarn Crafts, I didn't tell you the price. This entire set is $120.69. As of right now, the recording of this video, it says you save $13.14. This does include all of the duties. So right now, Americans, right, have to pay tariffs for anything coming from other countries, most other countries. So that does include that price. So is a pretty pricey set. It's not budget friendly, but like I said, for me, it was birthday money. Definitely wanted to get my hands on the get my hands on them because I have been wanting them for a long time. So I am just going to, I have yarn out, but I'm gonna put some of these away. I don't need all of these long cables, but they would be great if you were working on a blanket or something like that, because if you don't know anything about Tunisian, Tunisian does you carry your stitches. So you have your loops all on your crochet hook, and then you will pull them off one by one. Kind of like you do in knitting, but knitting is a little bit more continuous. I say that, I don't know anything about knitting, but I like Tunisian, so let me put at least one of these back. Okay. So I am going to be using 2 different yarns. I'm going to test out the hook, the set with 2 different yarns. I'm going to keep the same, just for continuity's sake, I'm going to keep the same hook for both yarns, even though one does call for a bigger size hook. So I'm going to be using this Sugar Wheel Cotton Solids in the color Cascade, and then I'll be using the Heartland from Lion Brand in the colorway Olympic. Right, so just to see, because different hooks work with different things in different ways. So we will see. Just gonna pull this off here and get that out of the way. Okay, so just put this on here. And it's not going to come out, but you can stick this in, right, just to kind of keep it together to help it stabilize if you'd like, and then I'm going to put this away. These are good for especially the extenders, the little other little pieces that came with this. If you needed to make it a little bit longer. But I'm going to put it away so I don't lose it. And then this goes on the end, other end here, so that you can, because the idea, right, is that your hooks don't come off. Now, I am not going to crochet anything that will need this in any way, shape, or form, but I wanted to show you how it would work, right? So this would even be good, like, for a small baby blanket this size. You could use easily for a small baby blanket, like a car seat blanket or something. You might need the next size up if you were doing a regular baby blanket, and definitely the longer size if you're doing like a lapgan or something bigger. But this is what you would do. Okay, so like I said, with Tunisian, you pick up your stitches one by one. So just going to start my chain here. I hope that you all are doing well. One of the things about Tunisian for me is it does turn me into a knife hold. Because I find that easier when I'm doing Tunisian. 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'm going to do just a little bit longer so that you see 17. So you see really how it works, right? Normally I only do about 12 stitches, but with this you really need a little bit more. Again, I like to pick up in the back bump. You do not have to, but I prefer to do that. So you do not complete the stitch on your initial pass through. You're literally just picking up loops. Right? So I never judge a hook on the foundation row because I do crochet very tightly. So I do not assume that the hook is any problem because I'm usually the problem, especially when it comes to the foundation. One thing about Tunisian though is it is recommended usually that you go up a hook size from whatever is on the ball band. I have already worked with this yarn through multiple reviews. Oh, nope, I split that. So the yarn is already pretty stretched out and worked really well. So for the purposes of this, I don't really need to. It will probably make a difference when I go to the next yarn, the 4-weight yarn, the Heartland, but we'll just see how it goes, because it does tend to produce a thicker fabric, a more dense fabric. Things are a little bit tighter, closer together in Tunisian than in regular crochet. So it will, going up a hook size is recommended, and not just if you're a tight crocheter, just like in general. If it says use a 4.5, you would want to use a 5.5. I did not, so I did not follow the recommendation at all. Bad, bad Christina. This is where my tight crochet gets me every time. That's why I said I'm not going to fault or make any judgment on the hook at the beginning, because this is usually my fault. Usually my fault. I have tried and tried and tried to crochet loosely. It never looks right or feels right to me. So you can see here all of the stitches on all of the loops on your hook, right? And this is what Tunisian is supposed to look like. So this is your forward pass, and then you will return pass through each one. But you can see if you were doing a longer project, you would want this cable. I have 20 stitches, 19 because I skipped the first one. But this is, even a regular crochet hook is good for maybe even 25 stitches. So you could get a basic washcloth on a regular aluminum hook. If you were doing a washcloth and you had an ergonomic hook, so one with a handle, that rubbery grip, you couldn't do Tunisian with that. But you could do Tunisian, small Tunisian projects like washcloths with a regular aluminum crochet hook. You do not need the cables. But if you want to make anything bigger than a washcloth, if Tunisian is something that you're interested in, you need Tunisian hooks, right? You need cables, you need those kinds of things. So I'm not saying that to dissuade anyone from buying Tunisian hook sets. You absolutely need them if you're going to do more than washcloths, right? You will need, because you can't keep all of the stitches on the hook. I mean, if I push it, I could probably get 30 on a regular aluminum hook, but that's pushing it. All right, so here you're going to go through one, right? And if I was doing this in an actual project, I'd stick a stitch marker on the end of that so that I didn't forget. So now you would go through two, because this is the loop that's on your hook, and then this is your yarn over. So you'd go through two. But the first one, you always just go through one, and then go through two. See how it forces me to become a knife hold instead of a pencil hold, because I couldn't do this. My hand won't let me. So I become a knife grip when I do Tunisian. Right? And that sound is just the cable hitting the cabinet. I could probably take it off. You could even, here, I'll get through this pass and then I'll show you what you could do if you were using these to make like a washcloth, or using it for what I'm doing, because that's going to drive me absolutely bonkers banana pants, dragging across there like that. And so then you pull through both of those, because then you have, this is your first loop. I'm not trying to do a Tunisian tutorial, but for people who have no idea what I'm doing, I didn't pull it completely off, right? So now when I go to do my next one, this is this one, right? So I wouldn't go in there. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to take this cable off, because I don't need it, but I wanted to show you the whole set, what it would look like. So now what I could do, right, is, see, I don't know if this will work. I'm going to try it. I don't know if this will fit in there. Nope. I was going to try to put that in there, but it won't work. So, but I'm going to take that cable off and put it away, because it's going to drive me nuts. That might bite me later because they could fall off. I don't think they will, just because it's not long enough to be a problem. But that would, that scraping is going to drive me nuts. I can't handle repetitive noises like that. So, I have to be mindful of that. But that's the idea, right? All right, so with this, now, because this counts as this one, I'm not going to touch that one, right? I'm going to go through this one and pull up a loop. And you want to make sure, that's why I said on the end, you would want to make sure that I make sure that I put a stitch marker, because I have a habit of picking up the wrong one or picking up too many on the end, and I end up with hope I split that. I end up with my yarn or my project going in one direction or the other because I have picked up the wrong thing. So Tunisian has its own set of stitches, but you can do some things like half double crochet, that sort of thing, similarly to how you would do in regular crochet, but is a little bit different. You can see how having that stopper on there, having that cable, right, because my stitches are spreading out, would be helpful, but I took it off so that I didn't drive myself crazy. But with my hand down there, it's kind of keeping everything, nope, wrong way. It's kind of keeping everything together. Right, so here, right, I need this last one, because this is the one where I went through just the one, right? And so then go through 1, 2, and so far it's doing really well. It's gliding on the cotton, it's not making any noises. It's doing really well. I'm faking myself out now because I'm afraid all the stitches are going to fall off. I don't think they will, but because I took that cable off, now I don't feel so secure. Now, Tunisian does have a tendency to curl. That's also why they recommend that you go up a hook size. So just keep that in mind. Don't do what Christina did and use the recommended hook size. Your work will turn out smaller and it will curl and you will be frustrated. But since it's just a swatch, I'm not worried. Alright, so I am just going to be done with this one. But this is 2 rows of simple Tunisian crochet, right? And as you do, so you see there's gaps here. As you do the next one, it will push it down like this one, like the first one, right? So nothing to worry about there. All right, let's see how it does with this acrylic. Now, I may have to go up a hook size. We will see. We shall see. All right, so we're going to do the same thing, right? But we're going to start with the acrylic. I want to do the acrylic with you also because hooks work differently with different yarns. So just seeing how it will work is interesting. Okay, so let's pick up our stitches again. And like I said, I am just doing this simple Tunisian stitch here. Not trying to do anything fancy. Because I am not reviewing the yarn, I'm reviewing the hooks, and I just want to see how well it works with the yarn. What can it hold? What can it do? Right? That's what we're looking at. Not the fanciness or the stitch definition or anything like that on the yarn. So far so good with the stitches. I'll tell you what, this blue lighting in here and this blue yarn, it's not a good idea. Sorry if I sound a little hoarse or off. I have not been feeling well. I don't know when you're gonna see this review, because I couldn't wait to get my hands on these and play with them, but I am not sure when it's gonna schedule out. It'll probably be a couple of weeks after I've actually gotten them. So as of the recording of this video, I am not feeling well. When you see this video, I'm sure I'll be fine. It's just a little food poisoning. Should be fine. But there you go. This one does take up a little bit more space. It is a thicker yarn, right? Oh, you cannot see that at all. There we go. So it is a little more on the hook because it is a thicker yarn, right? But so far so good. So far so good. Yeah, I can definitely tell with this one I should have gone up to at least a 5mm, but it's okay. And that's for the fabric's sake, not for the sake of the review. Like, it's fine for the review because I'm gonna just frog it when I'm done, stuff it back in there, and it's gonna be just fine. It is gliding beautifully through this acrylic. So again, I feel like, I mean, you don't have to chain one, but you can. Sometimes I do. I do feel like it's going much faster with the acrylic. I know in the other hook review that I did for, oh, that's not the right one. That feels too thin. Hold on, what did I do? I split something. In the other hook review that I did, for the regular crochet hooks, it also felt like the acrylic went much smoother than the cotton. Not to say that it didn't work well with the cotton, it just felt more smooth with the acrylic. And that is the case with this as well, so far. I can definitely see using these to make a really nice blanket. I love making baby blankets with Tunisian because you can get some really, really cool stitches and really cool effects. There was Tunisian calendar blanket that I made with Jada and Stitches. She did it like year thing, so like every month was a different Tunisian square. It's actually my cushion right now for my chair. I'm sitting on it because it did not turn out blanket size, and I went up a hook size but it definitely did not turn out to be a lap gain. It turned out to be more of a wall hanging size. So for a while it was on the back of my chair, and then um, I made the advent calendar that's currently in my lap, and that became the thing for the back of my chair. So yeah, definitely taking up more space. Same amount of stitches, but it's a thicker yarn, so it's taking up more space on the hook. And I've made probably 4 or 5 different baby blankets with Tunisian stitches, and it is always just such a cool effect. But like I said, I do need to, I'm not on camera, I do need to put stitch markers. So if I was doing this for realsies, making an actual something or another, I would have a stitch marker at the beginning and a stitch marker at the end, because there would be no way that I could do this and not make it go diagonal. So there is 2 rows of Tunisian simple stitch in this 4-weight acrylic. Let me get this out. So there are both of those. There is the hook. Let me get the set. So this is, again, the hook set, right? My 4.5 was here. You do have the little space here for your cables and stoppers and things. Now, I'm going to review the whole set, right? And then the hook. So, these are my opinions, my thoughts. I am not sponsored or affiliated in any way with anyone. I do my ratings out of 5 black cats, right? So, for the entire set, taking into account price and all of that, and not including the price of the tariffs, it's still not a budget-friendly set. That is not necessarily a bad thing, in the sense that, I mean, budget-friendly can get you by, budget-friendly can be great, but sometimes you need to spend a little bit more money to get really good quality tools that are going to last you a long time. Which, that is obviously my birthday money went to do. But it is not a set that you can just go buy willy-nilly because you want to try Tunisian. I would not recommend that. I would recommend finding a basic aluminum hook set on Amazon, or if you already have aluminum hooks, try those to make a washcloth or something. And then if you feel like Tunisian is something that you love, get you a set of hooks, right? Whether it's this one or another one. But I would not try Tunisian, like go out and buy a Tunisian hook set just to try Tunisian. I would just use an aluminum crochet hook, make yourself some washcloths, see if you like the stitches, see if you like how the fabric works up, so forth and so on. Because it's different. So you're going to want to make sure that it's something that you enjoy, because not everybody does, and that's okay. I know people who cannot stand it, who are like, no, absolutely not. I don't want to do Tunisian. I don't like it. I love it. But that's why everyone has their own thoughts and opinions, right? So for the entire set, mainly because of price, right, I would give it a 4 out of 5 black cats. Just because in a world where things are getting more and more expensive, it's harder and harder and harder to spend money on things that you want versus things that you need, because everything is so expensive. That being said, right, the hook in general, so I use the 4.5 millimeter, the hook in general, and I'm sure any one of these hooks would be the exact same. because they are quality hooks and they are quality product as a whole. I would give this a 5 out of 5, all day long. I did not struggle holding onto the hook. The yarn did not struggle at all going through the hook. The acrylic worked better than the cotton for me personally, but that doesn't mean the cotton didn't work well. It worked just fine. I would use this with cotton. I would use it with acrylic. I would use it with wool. I wouldn't have a problem with any of that. I might not use it with something like a bamboo or a tinsel or a lyocell, just because those are already slick yarns, and these do glide very well. So I wouldn't use a regular aluminum hook on bamboo Tunisian. I would probably get a wooden set of hooks or something like that. Because you want something that's gonna stop it a little bit. But anyway, 5 out of 5 black cats for me on the TL Yarn Crafts Tunisian hook set. It has a space for cables and stoppers, but also you can put other things in here. So you could use this as a 100% functional travel case, which I absolutely love, and I would absolutely do, no questions asked. I would take this with me all over the place. I would take it with me here or there. I would take it with me anywhere. So let me know what you think about Tunisian in the comments. Let me know what you think about the hooks. If you have them, would you be willing to get them? Would you put it on your wish list, right? Would it be something where you're like, yes, I want to put this on my wish list. I know I can't afford it right now, but someday, somehow, maybe I would like to get my hands on them because I have a birthday coming up, or Christmas, or Mother's Day, or anniversary. I don't know. You could ask for this as a gift, right? If you didn't feel like you had the ability to splurge on yourself, which I do not, which is why I use my birthday money and not my own money because I will not buy things for myself when they're expensive to me. I will spend that money on someone else. So, with that, I will leave you. And I hope that no matter where you are, you remember to be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!